Hey, stream team. Woo! Well, hello there. Hello, hello, and hello. I'm back. Back in the stream. I took a micro break, but I'm back. And I'm back to talk about the fact that, truth be told, other people suck. Hey, Frank, what's going on? Good to see you back. Frank's here first. What's up? I'm talking about, well, I guess this is like, what I'm talking about is the result, I guess, of some existential angst. Well, not technically, because technically I was on a Thursday at, was it 1:30 a.m.? So that could technically count. But after coming on for 6 times in a 24-hour period, I figured you'd seen my face a little too much, and so I gave it a little bit of a rest. And didn't do last night as well. But technically it continues because I was on Thursday at 1 a.m. Hey, Siddhanta, or Siddhant. Asher Simpson's back. What's up, Asher? Anyone who's back, thanks, Frank. Anyone who's back, I need to see the like button. Like, I'm gonna be a stickler about that like button pressing. I'm gonna need you to double tap the center of your phone. And that makes a like button press. Like, that's the modern miracle we are now experiencing. You no longer have to manually press. You can just use your finger to double tap the center of your mobile phone, and that's a like button press. Please and thank you. All right, so today we're talking about the fact that other people suck. And I say this with love in my heart. I think the bottom line is most of the problems, most of the bad parts of being alive come from time spent with others. Now, that does not mean that I am anti-human. Hey, Billy, what's up? Or excuse me, I mean dog, I mean puppy dog. How many of my posts and have you liked? How many of my videos have you shared? Billy Boy Dog is my resident, I don't know what to call him. I guess he's my pup. He likes for me to give him orders like he is my actual bow wow wow dog. And so I oblige him. So Billy Dog, good boy, if you met your quota and went and shared and liked 50 videos. What I'm gonna say is this. The like button is not getting pressed. I'm not happy about it. Please get on that. And then also I'm gonna return to the theme of this. I'm gonna stay on topic tonight somehow. The theme of this, good job, Billy Dog. The theme of this is that other people cause all the problems for us. And I like people, and I generally want to see people thrive, but I've come to understand that given the way human nature is, the best, most, I think, happy, relaxed, stress-free life comes from spending the majority of your time alone. I just want to embrace it. So many people are afraid of being alone. So many men level the threat at women, you'll end up alone. And to that I say, I certainly hope so, because that means I'll be happy. Because when I think of some of my most happiest moments, the times when I've experienced the greatest amount of joy and growth and progress and wisdom gained, are times when I'm alone. And I think there's something to that. Like I think humans, although we're supposedly social animals, most of the problems that you experience in life come from other people and dealings with other people, dealing with their neuroses, dealing with their their jealousy, their fear, their anger, their aggression, their inability to handle their own emotional states. Other people cause all of the problems. That's not to say we shouldn't take responsibility of the things that are wrong in our lives, where the onus is on us, because that does happen too. But I'm telling you, if you just spent more time alone, if you just create more distance from other people, you would be amazed at how simple and clean and beautiful life starts to get. Exactly, Jim Dandy. I get it. Thank you, Mr. Chief. Mr. Power, that's none of your beeswax. I'm whatever age you want me to be. This is internet fantasy, and I'm whatever age you want me to be. Okay? Wow, Lex C is really, he was raised by loving parents. And thank you, Lex C. Thanks for making that clear to all of us. Yes, it just started, Jim. Michael Neal. Well, thank you, Michael Neal. You are a sweetheart. Appreciate you. What a great way to start the day. This needs context. Okay. Mr. Chief, why do you always drop numbers? Do you want to explain to us what these numbers are? Without an explanation, they're getting removed. So say what the numbers are. What I was going to say is, well done, Billy Dog. I certainly can for the right super chat. Christoph, get into it. Okay, I'm going to try and give some context. What do you mean, Levi? Okay, you're being rude, Levi. Levi, here's how we handle that. First it's 5 minutes, then it's 10, then it's 20. I don't know why your mother never did this, but I'll be happy to parent you for a while until you learn some manners. Get it? Got it? Good. Okay, back to the theme of the topic. Or theme of the stream, rather. The topic at hand. I'm going to set some context because Frank said this needs context. I was looking at the quote by Jean-Paul Sartre, the French, or Sartre. I'm not sure the correct pronunciation. I can't do the French pronunciation, so I've been told that the correct English pronunciation is Sartre, so we're going to go with that. A famous French philosopher who once said, hell is other people. And I've heard that before. I've heard it many years ago, and I thought, well, that's ridiculous. Like, how can that be? We're communal animals. The loving bond between people is one of the most wondrous things one can experience. How could he say something like that? And yet, now, as I ripen in my experience of human life, well, Frankie, hey to you. Yes, euros. I love it. Dollars, euros. Let's see some rupees. Let's see some Australian currency. I've had a lot of currency donated in this stream, and I love to see it because I have people from 70 different countries. I'd like to experience all the currencies in the form of super chat. So let's go. Let's freaking go. And let's also go with the like button pressing. If you haven't tried this out, try this new trick. Double tap the center of your phone on mobile and watch what happens. Watch how the like button goes up by one. It's like magic. Try it. I certainly haven't, Jim Dandy. Most people have not. Bonjour, Maxi. How are you? Earache. Yikes. Okay, Asher, thank you for stopping by. See you next time. Right, so what I've come to understand, what I'm learning is that Sartre was correct. Hell is other people. Because as soon as I'm alone for long periods of time, like if I get a week where I'm just basically alone for the most part, like I'm working remotely, I'm just doing my own thing. I may be inside, indoors in my own space a lot of the time. Maybe I'll just order groceries out. Like when I isolate a little bit, things just get so much better. Things get clearer. Energetically, I feel so like up, like I could do and be anything. And it's when I come around other people, it's like a siphoning happens. Like they're dragging me down into their misery, into their mire. And I say, I don't want any more of it. And I'm not someone who's an introvert. I really think I'm what they call ambivert. I'm equally as comfortable being out in a big group, and I can speak to a big group and interact with lots of people, and I enjoy other people. It's actually not my birthday. When it's my birthday, will I let y'all know? I don't know, but I will claim one day as my birthday at some point so I can get lots of gifts. Thank you, Michael Neal. Krillin, you're so sweet. Thank you. Actually, Michael's reminding me to pin my information to the chat because he's one of my favorites, and he's a great gifter. The most fun you'll ever have in your life is taking battle buddies to your mates. Well, see, Jim Dandy, that's where you and I disagree, because I just don't like to be intoxicated. At least not with alcohol. I find alcohol to be one of the least fulfilling types of intoxicants. You're confused, you're out of sorts. You wake up the next day depleted and feeling sick. I mean, no, sir. We have a very different idea of what a good time is. But if that's yours, more power to you, but that would not be enjoyable for me. Trade is king. Okay. Well, tenors, that will require in-person interaction. And what this very stream is all about is the fact that in-person interaction is highly overrated. I bet tenors, I would love to give you a virtual massage, a virtual peck on the cheek, and I could create a video experience for you that was a virtual massage and peck on the cheek, and you could have that forever. You could watch that in perpetuity and enjoy it again and again. Wouldn't that be better? You should get onto my Stan store and order like a custom audio or custom video. That would be way more satisfying for you. And when you deal with people from a distance like this, you don't have to deal with any of their negativity, their bad vibes. You don't have to experience any of their angst. You don't have any risk of harm from them. I think men underestimate this part because as a woman, especially when you're dealing with men and sometimes with other women, there's always threat of violence. You never know when some whack job is gonna fly off the handle and do something cuckoo crazy. So in-person interaction with other humans I think it's highly overrated. I find that I am happiest when I'm alone. That's not to say that I don't enjoy it. It's just, it's rare to find people who are capable of the kind of interaction that actually feels like it's elevating you, that actually feels like it's worth the trouble. Let's see. You don't drink either. See what pictures, Jim? Oi, oi, what? Michael Neal, you are such a sweetheart. Thank you for stopping by. I truly appreciate you. Whoa, let me like that. Sometimes you just, what? I don't know what you're saying, Perman West. You gotta complete your sentences. Yeah, I said, just really say anything about my mom is crazy. Levi Power, you were clearly not raised correctly. So you know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. If you want to start behaving correctly, we'd love to have you here. But if you can't behave correctly, either keep scrolling or, hate watch in silence. Those are your options. But the opposite is true. You don't feel better or loved or kindness, joy. I don't know. Kelly Bond, right back at you. I don't know about all that. I just know that when I'm by myself, I take great care of myself. I learn a lot. I grow a lot as a person. I ripen in my wisdom and understanding. And as much as I wish that there was this thriving community of people that I could count on to always give great vibes and a positive interaction, and we could elevate each other and foster each other's growth, that does not seem to happen. Quite the contrary. Other people are combative and competitive and hostile and erratic and all in all out of control. And Sartre was right. Hell is other people. Because as soon as you move that disruptive influence of others from your life, everything becomes calm. It's like the water just goes still. There's no more ripples. Everything's cool. You can see clearly. So I was watching a gentleman named Vaknin. I don't know. This is there's so much backstory on this person. You'll have to look him up for yourself, but his name is Sam Vaknin. And I was watching one of his shorts, and he was saying that one of the reasons we think of ourselves as communal is because at one point in human evolution and development, we were in these situations, in these natural environments where we really needed other people. We really needed the protection of the tribe, live and in person to sustain our survival. You needed a community around you to, fight off animals and invading tribes and this sort of thing. But now circumstances have changed. We no longer necessarily need that. And once you don't necessarily need it and you can experience time alone, I think you will come away feeling like you're actually better off with very, very limited interaction. I think we need a lot less human contact than we think we do. That's what I think. That's why people, whenever they have the choice between working remotely and working in office, they're going to choose remote. They're going to choose to have their independence. Yes, they are. You nailed it. Remove the negative people from your life. Surround yourself with people who are exactly. And also spend a lot of time alone, because I think here's the problem. I think most people are just not worth spending time with. I said it. Okay. And there are a lot of reasons for that, but I think quality humans are in short supply. And that's just the reality of the situation. I think a lot of humans, for a lot of different reasons, some of them evolutionary, some of them economic, some of them, nurture and not nature, are not quality humans in the sense that they are not capable of interacting with another person in a way that's going to be edifying for both people. They just can't muster it up. That being the case, you're much better off, I would say 99% of the time, being alone. If occasionally you come across some rare person that you can welcome into your circle, that's great. But even with that rare person, you're probably only going to be able to deal with them in small quantities. I think we as humans need to really try and emphasize the idea that maybe we're better off alone. Maybe we thrive alone with very, very limited social interaction. Maybe that's the best go-to, especially in these troubling times, especially when we live in a society that is as sick and corrupt and vicious as this one. I think part of the problem and part of the angst of daily life here in this country and in this world right now is this idea that we're supposed to have some massive friend group where we're just always having a good time and creating these great memories that we want to photograph. I don't know if that's really realistic. I don't know if that's actual. I feel like that is mass, consumer indoctrination. You get together with people, spend money together, have these consumer experiences together, create memories together. I mean, all of that feeds capitalism beautifully. If the message is enjoy time alone in quiet contemplation, at ease and at peace, Not a lot of spending goes on. So I'm starting to think that a lot of this like forced socialization is just, it's just market behavior. It's just like consumer behavior that we've been indoctrinated to embrace. Buongiorno, Maurizio. Most of the time, Nello J, yes. I do, Jim Dandy, but the problem with Little House on the Prairie is that is like some little nuclear family situation, and that I don't think is healthy either. I don't really think, especially, I don't think women were designed to live like with just one dude isolated from other adult women in some like remote setting. That's just a recipe for abuse because factoid, like men are bigger, men are stronger, and men are human. And it's human nature to exercise whatever advantages you can. So when you put a woman in that like little nuclear family situation, which again was created to foster capitalism and to, you know, protect the interests of those that were in power, the man, you know, has a very real and very likely potential to abuse the female. So I don't like that Little House on the Prairie situation either. Because if the father decides to just be a tyrant or be abusive, the entire family is just at his mercy. So I would not advocate for that as being some sort of ideal situation. Everything is great, Billy. I did 6 in a row during the Wednesday clock. So I was like, I can't do another night. I can't do that. I can't. No one hurt me. That's the thing. I just witnessed it all around me. No one's hurt me, and I want to keep it that way. When I'm by myself, there's no potential for being hurt or harmed. But it's not just about hurt or harm, because that's taking like a negative view. What about the highest possibility? What if you never had any hurt, harm, trauma, negativity? What if you were just allowed to flourish? And I feel like when I'm alone, I flourish because there's no obstacles in the way. Other people put up obstacles to your growth and evolution because, you know, they have their own agendas. They feel competitive. They feel threatened. They want things from you. They're not really concerned with your best interest. They're concerned with their own, as they should be. They're trying to survive. They're not, you know, they can't put you as the highest priority. Only we can put ourselves as the highest priority. So when you're alone, you have the liberty to focus on yourself and to foster your own growth in a way that no one else can be a party to truly because they have their own agenda. Well, I don't know about the numbers, Jim Dandy, but I do know like absolute power, Krobus, absolutely. If you give a man, you know, a woman and put them in a remote setting where there's no legal authority around them to govern his behavior, there's a lot of potential for him to get abusive. And I believe the degree to which it doesn't happen is directly, you know, correlated to the fact that there are governing authorities preventing it. I think naturally it's the male's nature to want to dominate and control the female. And there needs to be a lot of structures around that male-female unit to prevent that from happening. A society, a government, laws, police, all of these things. Sorry, miss. Oh, right. No problem, Billy Dog. Nello J. I think the point you made about the people being made to feel more accepted by way of materialism and consumerism. Presidents do that. Presidents do what? I don't know what you're saying presidents do. I'm just saying I think a lot of why everyone's afraid to be alone, a lot of why everyone thinks it's some bad thing to be alone is conditioning. It's because when you're alone, I just don't think you do that same kind of spending. You don't go to the movies in the same way. You don't stand around at football games buying, you know, like $90 tickets and $12 beers. There's a vested interest in you spending, so there's a, you know, a campaign to make you feel like you're supposed to be having some beer commercial style life with all these friends and toasts going on, or, you know, showers and bridal events and all these things. All of these things are mass consumer activities that go on, and we feel like without them, that means our lives aren't fulfilling. And I'm just here to say, I think some of my most fulfilling and best moments have been times alone, having some kind of, you know, I don't know, epiphany about the way life works or my own past behavior that's going to then inform the way I live going forward. I feel like that those are the moments that there's no price tag on those moments. No one gets any money out of those moments. So those moments don't get the same, you know, kind of publicity or celebration around them. But I think they're the most important moments in one's life. I'm back for some. Oh, wow, Lex. Okay, well, Lex, you're on the wrong platform. This is YouTube. They have platforms just for that. Get your wallet out and head on over there. See, Lex said something really derogatory and like super like, you know, he's looking for some kind of like sexual commerce. And I'm just gonna say, like, what I love is that there's a whole internet between me and Lex. I don't have to deal with Lex in person. I don't have to deal with these people in person. These are the kind of people in the world. The people that troll you on the internet, they would never do it in the world, but they're out there in the world. So they won't be able to troll you in the world because there's society and rules around it, but their negative energy, it'll affect you. Someone like him, someone with like his mentality, I'm sure they walk by me all the time, but they would never have the, you know, the bizzles to try something like that in public. But on the internet, they will. Those are the people that I don't have to deal with when I don't leave. And I don't mind dealing with them from a distance like this. All of that to say, I think we have a real problem with this idea of people having like parasocial or online relationships. We think they're bad. We think they're unhealthy. We think it's better to have one-on-one human direct contact. Maybe that's right. Or maybe there's something better about this. Why don't we talk about the positive parts of this? I think in some ways, I prefer having an online community than a real life community. Hear me out. I know this is going to be bad. Everyone wants you to touch grass, and I do think a direct relationship with nature is important. I believe in like touching grass, getting in the ocean, climbing. Well, I think one-on-one with nature is great. I don't think nature betrays you. I think nature supports you. So I'm all for that, at least hospitable nature. But one-on-one with humans, all kinds of risks, especially if you're a female. Now, all of a sudden, the risk factor for anything you do has accelerated. What if it's way better to have this kind of interaction, especially between men and women? I think there is no loneliness epidemic, at least not in the way that if you really look at it. I think we're actually better off. As a woman, I like that I don't really deal with men in person very much at all. I like dealing with you guys across the internet way better. Shall I explain why? I will tell you why. Because I feel protected. I feel safe. I feel safe. I don't feel like I'm in any physical danger. And I don't feel like energetically you can zap any of my energy. Yes, you can try and heckle me. Yes, you can try and hurl insults and slurs at me, and often you do. But that's the extent of it. That's as rough as it's gonna get. And I can handle that. And there's all kinds of positives that I get to have from a distance too. I have a throne site and people buy me presents. People give me super chats, super stickers, and super thanks. In real life, men don't just walk up to me and hand me money, but they do on the internet. You see, that's a win. And in real life, you know, there's the threat of violence. I have to carry mace. I have to have my concealed carry license. I have to do all these things to protect myself from the crazy hordes out there. Whereas through the screen, I am safe and sound, and I can literally interact with people from 70 different countries all around the world from a safe distance. This is beautiful. I think this is way better. And at any point, if it gets too much, I can just retreat into my solitude by literally pressing a button. When you're out in public at some event, especially some sporting event, and this is why I no longer go to events where there are large crowds, any kind of mayhem could erupt. Something could happen. Some crazy whack job could just start doing something. All of a sudden, now you're in a crowd, and now, you know, natural law takes over, and it can be absolute bedlam. That can't happen over the internet like this. You guys can get as wacky and cuckoo as you want in your respective spaces, and I remain untouched. I can keep on talking. Do you see where I'm going with this? I think it's better. If you can find like a handful of people that you think are decent enough to actually have a real interaction with, bully for you, and I say go for it. But for the most part, I think you're better off building this online community action, which is why I live stream every single night, because that's what I'm trying to create. And I think I've succeeded at it. And I want as many people as possible to join me in this effort. I've had people from 70 different countries come and hang out with me since I started live streaming over a year ago, and I've been consecutively live streaming every single night. I did it every single night for a year, and I'm not stopping because I think this is where it's at. I think there's something very healthy, actually, about not having to deal with people in person. That's the opposite of what you're gonna hear. Everyone thinks you need in-person interaction. You need actual human interaction. Okay, but actual human interaction is dangerous. It's so risky. It can leave you depleted. It can leave you dead. It can leave you robbed. There's all kinds of risks. When you don't have to deal with people, actually, when you have like nice boundaries around your interactions with other people, that's when I think you can get the best out of others. When you control the interaction, when you can say, no, you're deleted. No, you were rude. I'm gonna time you out. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. I'm here advocating for in online interaction over in person. She said it. Yes, I think online interaction is better in most cases because most people are not capable of having a one-on-one in-person interaction that is not detrimental. That's what I think. I think it's a rare person that you're going to meet that you could actually have an interaction with in person where both of you would walk away feeling like, wow, that was great. I feel better post interaction than after. I think that is a very rare and special and magical thing. But for most people that you're going to come in contact with, you're going to find yourself wishing they were behind a screen and you could have just transacted the best of them while controlling the narrative of it by being able to delete them or silence them or remove yourself from them via deleting, at your will. Don't you agree? I think so. Let's see. La 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 la. Wait, what's going on? I don't know. A lot was said. I missed a lot of chats. A lot of chat was said, but I missed it. I ever think about myself, personal safety. Well, that's because you're a man, Frank. Men don't realize this, okay? Because I think men don't realize this until they become elderly. Once a man is actually elderly and he's vulnerable, then he starts to understand what women know. Because once a man is like an old man, or like he starts to be looking like prey, like a man has to be literally like old and feeble, like at the very end of his life before he knows what it feels like to walk around in fear of physical harm from other humans. Because most men have a certain like, I guess, ego and a certain bravado born of the fact that they have a lot of testosterone and because society protects them and because half of the population is female and they could kill half of the population with their bare hands because they just have that, genetic advantage in terms of strength because of their hormones and bone density, etc. So a lot of men never feel physical fear out in public. They just don't, it doesn't occur to them. And it takes until they're actually like old and feeble till they get to what I call the you could push them down the stairs age. That's when they're like, oh, I'm out here by myself. Uh-oh. And that's how women feel all the time. And men don't think about it. So as a woman, you are constantly like weighing every situation that you go into from a place of like, am I in physical danger? How will I protect myself if something pops off? And also, as a woman, you feel a little bit like a prey animal because so many men are predatory. And I'm not saying that to like down men. That's not that's not a misandrous statement. That's just the fact that men do have a hunter kind of mentality when it comes to women. Like you can feel it when a man spots you, even if his intentions aren't violent. Usually the intentions are sexual or something, like they just want to like indulge their lust in some way of looking at you. But you feel that, like you get it. You're like, oh, I've been spotted. And you know what that feels like as a woman. I don't think men quite do that to each other as much. I mean, maybe sometimes it goes on to some degree, but it's much less rare. For a woman, that's like an everyday, every place you go kind of occurrence. Let's see. Ooh, you said rambling. Okay, I'm not rambling, Brad. This is my stream, so that kind of disrespect gets you timed out. If you really think something you're saying is super important and you don't like the fact that I'm just continuing with what I'm doing here, if you don't like the fact that I'm continuing my agenda without answering you, then that's when you super chat. You know that little $sign to the right of the chat box? That's when you use it. That's when you use it to go on ahead and super chat so that your comment gets the primacy you feel it deserves. And it becomes a focus for not only me, but for the rest of the stream. So don't get mad, get in your wallet, okay? That's how that works. La 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 la. I don't think all men are bad, Ugan Monaghan. This isn't a judgment. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just helping you understand why, as a woman in part, but actually just as a human, I feel better and safer behind a screen. I feel like most people I come in contact with, I'd be better off dealing with them behind a screen. There's a very rare person, a very small percentage of people that I feel like, ooh, now there's someone I would want to have an in-person interaction with. And I will say that of the people that I do interact with every day in person, be it through commerce, like a retail experience, doing business, whatever, for the most part, I would say it's a fraction of a percentage of them that I walk away from it feeling like, wow, that was a great edifying interaction. We had a great, dialogue, and now we're both better off from having that connection with each other. It's rare. Most people, I would rather do it virtually. So this is me like going against the common refrain of like, you need in-person contact. I'm like, no, I prefer not having in-person contact with like 99% of people, because 99% of people will harm you in some way. And when I say harm, I don't just mean physical harm. I mean psychological harm or emotional harm or like some kind of energetic harm. Like most people suck, and that's just the way it is. Like really, people who can have a real positive influence on you, people who are like, it feels like exciting or healing or good to be around, are few and far between. They're very special. And why can't we just acknowledge that? Most humans suck. Yeah, I said it and I meant it. Now, I still think most humans deserve respect. I still think I think all humans deserve respect and have a chance at life and to, you know, fulfill their passions and hey, go for it, do you. But do I want to deal with them in person? No, I do not. And I'm tired of this idea that like, unless you just have all these people around you all the time, unless you're just having this like, you know, sitcom style friend group where you're all just hanging out all the time and interacting with each other, then your life is missing something. No, it's not. You're better off. When you look at all the people that have like the most contribution to society, who make the most impact, who take human ingenuity and wisdom furthest, they spend most of their time alone. A lot of their time, most of their time alone. Being alone is underrated, and it's not something to be feared. I think it's something to embrace. And I think our entire culture would benefit from a celebration, an acknowledgement of how great it is to be alone. This is theoretical. I've never experienced violence, Frank, but I've experienced violent intentions that I've been able to thwart before. And I take a lot of precautions to not put myself in dangerous situations. And I protect myself with weapons whenever I'm going to be with other people. I always have something, always have something. That's just the times we live in. It's unfortunate, but prevention, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So I always am ready. I think our society is very warlike and combative, so I always take precautions. It's not just New York. Those little small country towns are vicious. Let's not go there. I hate when people act like, oh, well, you're from a city. I've lived in cities. That's true, but I spent time in natural environments, both in this country and in other countries. And let me tell you, just because a town or city has a low population does not mean that it's safe or that the people are nicer. Oh, no. Some of the rural people are way more vicious and creepy and scary than the city people. So let's just not get that confused. What's up, SGA Sports? Good to see you here. All this talking I've done, and I forgot to pin my information to the chat. Let me do that. Let me just do that. That is so key. That's clutch. I should have had my information pinned. Oh, my mouse isn't plugged in. All right, I'm taking a little break to get some feedback and go read some comments from the chat and also to pin my information in. But I just had to come and share this because, you know, I keep coming across, you know, things online where people are like, we need more in-person interaction. It's a problem that everyone's online. Like, I don't think so. I think it's, in some ways, it's one of the best things to ever happen. Now, the integrity of the online experience, I think, could use a lot of work. Like, all these bots need to get gone. But when you get real people online like this, I feel like it's some of the best interaction to be had. I think it's great. Way better than in person. No offense, my glorious global tribe, but I think we are great for each other virtually. But in one room together, I don't know. I'm sure there'd be all kinds of problems. Biggest, most entertaining person in every room since I was young. Well, see, Frank, you're gonna have to be like, see, this is rude, I don't want to say it, but Frank, it's gonna take until you're like full on like, old man, Grandpa Frank, like we could push him down the stairs before you get what it feels like to be like a vulnerable person in a room full of other people. Like you may never know what that feels like just because your stature prevents that. It's a real thing. It is. And also, don't underestimate crazy, because crazy people don't care about how big you are. Like sometimes people are just, they're gone. They've snapped. They're gone. And at that point, they will try anyone, even someone your size. So that's the thing. Oh, your name is Owen. Okay, so that's how you spell it. Interesting. What country are you from, Owen? You sub? Well, thank you, Ben Nye. Appreciate you. Hey, Ken Drink. I remember you. What was the least popular town in America you've ever lived in for more? Um, no, for more than 2 years, never. I don't need to live there for 2 years to get the vibe. You can just pass through. Sometimes when you're in a place for a short amount of time, it gives you way more perspective than someone who's been there for, a long time. You get the vibe. You get the vibe immediately. Okay. Ireland, cool. Ireland's here. I think Ireland has been here before, but not enough. I'm curious about Ireland. I've heard that Ireland, that I might be received well in Ireland. What do you think, Owen? Is a woman like me well received in Ireland? Let me know. I don't want to go where I'm not wanted. Let me know. Mm-hmm. Oh, really, Frank? Okay. I've been good. No, I remember your name is very unique, Kendrink. Let's go war and fight for life. You'll never know how vulnerable that feels. Well, no, I won't, but it's a different thing. Because for some men, going and fighting, some experience it as vulnerable, but some really relish it. Some really want it. Some men feel a thrill in it. So it just depends on the man's, nature and constitution. It's very different. Different people experience that different ways. But the amount of testosterone that men have and the amount of aggression and desire for competition that men naturally have makes it so that that's an experience for them that would be very different than were women to take that on. Like a lot of men really want that, and they crave the discipline and structure and hierarchy of that military situation. For 2 years. Yeah, but it's not that. They could outcast you, they could want you from a safe distance. That's not what I'm talking about when I say that they're weird. You can tell that the culture is off. It's not that you're not being welcomed into it. I'm okay with that. I don't necessarily want to be welcomed into some small town culture. But as an observer of it, I can see the way they're dealing with each other, not the way they're dealing with me. I'm talking about the way they're dealing with each other. It looks creepy and awful, such so that I was like, oh, I never want to be a part of this. I don't want to be welcomed in after 2 years. I want to get the heck out of here as soon as my business here is over, because I can see the way that they're interacting with each other. I want no parts of it. Thanks, Striker. La la la. Okay. All right, Sam. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Got you, Sam. Okay. Take. Okay, Oregano. Good to see you. Okay. Okay, Sanjna. Oh, you think so, Owen? Okay. I don't know. As a melanated lady, you just never know. You don't feel so comfortable just hopping, bebopping all over the world. As much as I'd love to go to every single country that's visited me in this chat stream, all 70 plus, YouTube goes to 100 countries, and I'm so curious. I'm such an amateur anthropologist. I would love to go to every single one of the 700 countries YouTube visits and the 70 that I've had visit me here. But you just never know how you're going to be received. I don't want to walk into some pit of ignorance and hate. I mean, you could some say the U.S. is that, so maybe I'd feel right at home, but you get what I'm saying. In front of your fella. I don't have a fella, so there's no problem with that. All right, so there's no such thing as a simp super street. Men should want to be kind and giving to women. Men should want women to feel celebrated and supported. And if you don't want a woman to feel celebrated and supported, then I'm going to say you probably have some trauma from women, or maybe you like dudes and you resent women, or you're jealous of women. I don't know. Resolve it, Super Street. Become a man who supports women, both, with your words and deeds and your wallet. You'd be amazed at how healing the experience can be. Thank you, Kendrick. Become a woman who supports man. I already am that. I really root for men to rise up and become their better selves. I really root for them to take responsibility for their own growth and evolution and to rise above their lower nature. Although I recognize that because they have a Y chromosome, they have a broken X chromosome that is deteriorating with each iteration, I recognize that that is a tremendous, perhaps impossible challenge for them. Is there any? Well, yeah, I mean, I would like viewers from all over the world, honestly. Obviously, for the capitalist in me wants viewers from the most economically prosperous countries because that's what the advertisers will reward me most for having. But honestly, what I get a kick out of is countries that I consider exotic or obscure from an American point of view. So like when Papua New Guinea comes, I'm like, oh my God, Papua New Guinea's here. Like what? Or when Iceland's here, the countries that I've never thought that I would necessarily visit, when they come to the stream, I do get a unique thrill from that. I do not group men in all one group, but they are talking about like chromosomes and hormones and genetics, then yes, they are all in one group in the sense that they all have Y chromosomes. That's what they have in common. So that's a fair way to categorize all men. Hey, Saeed. Well, it depends. Some women have a lot of friends. Some women are more loners like me. It just depends. I really advocate for everyone, male or female, to spend a lot of time alone. I feel like it really enhances your growth as a human. Just rainy and cloudy apart from really, ooh, yeah, just I need sunlight. I need sun. Or I did not pin my information to the chat, and this chat has gone on far too long without my Cash App and PayPal being visible. So let's correct that, shall we? Let's correct it. Let me get on up in here and correct it. Visible. So let's get rid of that echo, scroll on down here and get the, there it is. Get the relevant info sent, and now let's get it pinned. Okay, cool. What was the, ooh, somebody got timed out. All right. I don't give these, because no one is mad. I don't know about that, Super Street, but I would tell you, each person, you're gonna have to weigh on their own, but men always want something from women. And as a woman, I will just say, in support of myself and my sisters in womanhood, you gotta give to get. Men have to recognize that, you all want something from us. You always do. You always want something. And so that means you always need to be prepared to give something. And if a man is giving something to a woman, you shouldn't criticize him, or you shouldn't, try and denigrate him if he's giving something to a woman, be that a compliment or a gift or money. You should just recognize that he, like you, wants something, and he's wise enough to realize that you have to give to get. So let him play his game and don't be mad. Whatever he has to offer. Different people have different things to offer. The more, the more satisfying the offer, the better the likelihood that he'll get what he wants. So he needs to be shrewd and, wise and discern what it is that's going to get him what he wants and offer accordingly. Exactly. Well, Super G, it's how they work here. It's how this woman works. And increasingly, it's how all women will work, because we've all started talking to each other. We recognize that we have to look out for our best interests the same way you guys do. And we're very clear on what it is that you all want from us. We're not buying fairy tales anymore. Things are too serious for that now. We've evolved. And so you must evolve in your approach if you are interested in getting what you want. If what you want is women, then you're going to have to lean into what it is that women want. So funny. All right, so then let me give, a lot of men just won't love. Yeah, I mean, but at this point, I think most women are looking for provision from men, not love. As women, we've learned to love ourselves. We're gonna give ourselves the love and the support that we need. And so we're looking to you as a man, because you want something from us, to do something to improve our lives so that we can give you what you want and feel good about it. Feel like it's a fair exchange. So the onus is on the man who wants us or wants something from us, to deliver something that makes it worth our while. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Bubba. Bubba, you understand. So you need to do something to, distinguish yourself from the crowd of other men that want something, that are offering her something. It's always been that way. Nature always forces the male to compete for the female. That's just the fact of it. And some men resent that. Some men are angry about it. Some men don't think it's fair, and maybe it's not fair, but nature isn't fair. So you just have to recognize that that's the game, and then win the game, play. Don't be mad. Put all that energy into winning the game. Let's see. He needs to be ready, finished, done, in the fight. He needs to be his own man. He can't be looking for you, a woman, to boost him up or support him or change. Like, no woman wants to be your mother. That's not sexy. So, no. Misinformation gets removed. Oh, we can just zip yours. So let's give you that timeout you need. Boop. All right, so what do I have to do now? Oh, all right, so I pinned my information to the chat. Did I? I did that. All right, let's get into the gifting. Let's get into the gifting of the divine feminine energy and an update on the Halloween costumes. On my Throne site, which is a wish list site where I had Halloween costumes that you guys could purchase for me if you wanted me to wear the costumes during the stream, I now have 3 costumes that have been purchased. So during the last week of October, I will be wearing the following Halloween costumes. I'll be doing Velma from Scooby-Doo. I will be doing a little saucy nurse outfit. And then I will also be doing Cleopatra. And I think 3 is good. So I've removed the Halloween stuff from the wish list. And now the rest is just wish list stuff. And I have wish list items at all price points, okay? Everything from things under $50 to things that are like, you know, very, very expensive and very much wishes. So I have everything on there. The stuff that I'm really concerned about are things to help upgrade the stream. So all of my content creator stream adjacent wishes are the ones that I want most. And I'm gonna drop the link to my Throne site on there in case there is a gent who prefers to gift to this channel via gift as opposed to, you know, monetary donation. There are some who don't like to give cash. They like to give presents, and that works too. So let me give you my Throne account. Get in there. If you do not convert yourself to be as this little, okay. Well, here's the thing, Mr. Dandy. All different people have all different religions. I have people from 70 different countries coming here into the stream. So I have people that are Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Jewish, Jehovah's Witnesses. I have every type of religious, you know, sect represented here. So everyone has a different idea about what occurs after death and different deities, etc. So I'm not going to allow my stream to be a place for religious proselytizing because I don't want to alienate anyone. So any religious talk of the sort you just, you know, broke down, it's going to get deleted. That's not personal. It's not against you. It's not to say you and your deity are not the bestest or that you are even wrong. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying in my stream, we don't do religious proselytizing. I'm not going to let you try and, you know, recruit for your religion in my stream. So sorry, not sorry. All right, let's see. What up, Craig? All I'm saying is I want us to really reconsider the idea that being alone is a problem and maybe start really embracing that being alone is fan-freaking-tastic and maybe is the best condition and the wisest condition to be in, especially in this time in the world where other people are so gravely ill. And I mean gravely mentally ill. There is a disturbingly high percentage of people who are mentally unwell and because of that fact are incapable of having a positive interaction with another human. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because you're that guy or that gal. That's the problem. But if you know what I'm talking about, you'll completely understand why I think online interaction is actually good. And there's some studies that have been done that show that even interacting with people online in this virtual way can give you some of that, you know, the dopamine, even some of the, what's the other one, oxytocin that you're looking for from human interaction. You can get it virtually, safely. I think it's better. Yeah, I said it, better. Because there's no risk involved. Let's see. Orgasm. Wait, what did you say, Maxie? Agree with guys above. No one wants to build together just to get the final product. Then we're yeah, but men don't want to build a woman. You want her to be the final product. You don't look at a woman and go, well, if she dropped 30 pounds and got rid of that acne, I think she'd be my dream girl. Let me help her lose the weight and get her skin together and get her some cute clothes. And yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna help her, grow. I'm gonna help build with her. No, you want the woman to be exactly the way you want her. You want her to look exactly the way you want her to look. And then you want her to help you do. No, the same way you want her to be ready to rock in terms of her physical appearance, she wants you to be ready to rock in terms of your, physical standing. Mm. La 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 la. So you gotta just see it that way. Men don't try and build up a woman. They don't try and rehab her appearance. They're not renovating women. They want women that are ready to go and look exactly the way they want. Tracy the Fun. Exactly. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Billy Dog. I like to mix it up around here. We do all different types of discussions in this stream. It could be fun and flirty one night. It could be sassy and saucy another night. It could be serious topics. Or it can just be a hangout and vibe out with cool lo-fi. It goes all over the place here. I wouldn't really call it alone. It's just taking content within yourself. I don't want homework. I just want her to be a good, caring. But you want her to be hot though. Why are you acting like you just want her to be a good, caring person? Okay, so what if she's a good, caring person and she's obese and she has high blood pressure, but she's wonderful. Like she's a beautiful human being. Are you still into it? You're good to go? Do you want me to introduce you? You want to be hooked up? Are you ready? Didn't think so. Let's see. Caleb Carpenter. Yes, I remember you, Caleb. Good to see you back. I hope you press that like button, Caleb, because not a lot of like button pressing has gone on here, and a lot of people have been here, and I really don't appreciate that. I don't like the like to people who have been here ratio. Okay. Yeah, may be able to see the potential, but they're not going to, develop the potential. They're not going to stick around and wait for her to get it together and try and actively work and put all their time, energy, and money into her becoming the person that she could potentially be. They're not going to do that. They're just going to go find the woman that's already looking like what they want. That's what I'm saying. And as a woman, maybe you could see maybe this person has this or that potential, but potential is not definite. No one wants to take that risk. As a woman, you have a very short window of, youthful opportunity that you need to capitalize on. Why should you be waiting around for someone's potential? You should just go for someone who already has the things that are important to you. You don't owe anyone some sort of rehab or mentoring. This isn't, this isn't charity. This is nature. This is, survival. This is the best man who wins. I don't assume anything, Jim Dandy. Crazy how you assume you know what I'm thinking. And that you assume I'm going to let you be rude to me in my own stream. Let me correct your behavior because I know what you did. You know what you did. Get it together, sir. Get it together. Every time you are rude or misbehave, you will be timed out. I don't know why you didn't receive this parenting in your more formative years, but I'm happy to do it. Happy to do it. Well, you say that, Bubba, but I don't see you in anybody's stream that's not cute. I bet you that. I bet you're not in those streams. Carlos, I'd love to flex for you, Carlos. If you want me to flex for you, Carlos, incentivize me, okay? This is capitalism. Pay for what you want. Pay for what you want. I'm training you. Training you in the ways of provision and marketplace economics. You got to pay for what you want, Carlos. Let's see it. Thank you, Bubba. Why is he... Oh, this guy is so tedious. Oh, Brian, I didn't mean to delete you. I meant to delete this other guy. Oh, no, you deleted it. Okay, great. Okay, get it. Oh, he's so annoying. It's like, dude, if you really don't like what's going on here, you can keep scrolling, Mr. Dandy. You could always keep scrolling. Okay, Jim Dandy, fair enough. But would you ask her out? Would you be willing to date her? Did you think if you thought she was a quality person who had a beautiful heart and mind on the inside, would that you know, move her to the front of the line over a woman who was, you know, physically appealing to you in a sexual way? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, you don't have to virtue signal here. I'm very well aware of the way men think. The virtue signaling isn't going to work. I get it, but see, the only reason I'm saying Billy doggy is because other people in chat are gonna wonder why I keep saying dog. They're not gonna understand what I'm referring to. It's gonna look like I'm crazy. So I need to let them know that you are the one I'm addressing. So I'm not saying that so much for your benefit, Mr. Billy Dog. I'm saying that for the benefit of other people who are following along in the chat, both currently and in the playback. I'm not saying you're not capable of watching streams from all other people, but I feel like my whole point, Dandy, is just that you, like all humans, are affected by the way someone looks. And most men are not going to give any kind of romantic attention towards a woman that they do not find physically attractive. They're just not going to do it. Vladimir, why did you ask that question? I've never had anyone ask me that. What about me seems like I'm CIA, Vladimir? Let's hear it. And where are you from, Vladimir? Your name sounds Russian, but I'm not going to assume that you are Russian. You chose the name Vladimir Despot. What country do you hail from, sir? And why do you think I'm a CIA operative? That's hilarious. That's a new one. I've never gotten that label before. I find that one amusing. Let's hear this one. Serbia? I wonder if he's giant. Everyone from Serbia is, I feel like you can't be shorter than 6'3" in Serbia. It's not allowed. Let's see. La 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 la. I'm happiest when I'm alone. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think human friendships are overrated. Most of them are fake and false and built on lies and jealousy and competitiveness. And the jig is up. I'm lifting up the rug and calling it out. Most of the time, I think you're better off alone, and that there is a small fraction of a percentage of other humans who are actually worthy of your in-person time. And for the vast majority of people, I think you're better off only interacting with them virtually. Try it. I think your life will get a lot better. I really do. I really do. Whoo! And this is supposed to be a Thursday rockin' night. What do I got to do around here? Okay, do I have to start doing like cleavage stunts to get the numbers up? Because I need numbers. What TV is your convenience, Mrs.? Or whatever. Okay. I think you have everything. Thank you, Vladimir. Appreciate you. Well, thank you, Super Street. Do you think in competition with male or female friends? I don't compete with anyone. That's the thing. That's the thing. If we're gonna be friends, then that means we're waving the white flag. There's supposed to not be any competition. We're supposed to be in favor of each other's growth. But with human nature being what it is, it almost always degenerates into some sort of competition. And I don't have time for that. Like at that point, then we're being adversarial. So then we're not friends. So let's just not pretend like we are, and I'll just go my own way and you go yours. Like we may be able to be, allies occasionally if we're working on some project and we can help advance each other's agenda because we're allies in some kind of like strategy. But that's very different than this friendship idea that we keep pretending is going on. And I feel like it's such a confusing word, and it just sets you up for abuse. No one's your friend. No one gives a damn. Everyone's concerned about themselves, them and theirs. That's what they're concerned about. They're not concerned about you and your best interest, because all of their energy has to be concerned with their own. So let's acknowledge that and stop pretending. Let's see. Why be triggered, Max? Do you think you'd be more in competition? Okay, what? All right. I can bimbo out. If it's too much, are you less triggered if I just act like I don't know anything? Is that better, Max? Do you like me better now? I bet you do. Men tend to like you better when you act dumb. You guys love that. Let me put some music on. That usually sweetens the stream. or not sweetens. It's like a palate cleanser. Like it refreshes everything. It refreshes everything when you play music in the stream. So let me play some music. I said my piece. Now I'm gonna play some music and pass the collection plate. And someone can buy me an actual collection plate. I have an actual collection plate that I would like to be able to pass in the stream. It's a prop that I very much feel like I need here in the stream. If you want to buy me that prop, go to my stand store and order the collection plate for me and send it to me. And then when I pass it around at the end of my little edutaining lectures, I will pass the collection plate, asking for gifting from those who have benefited. Okay? Yeah, you can get that for me on the stand store. Or if you're someone who's like thirsty for the host, then get into the courting, the wooing and courting section of my wish list. Get into that and buy me a present. Put on a turtleneck. Well, I will be wearing a turtleneck during the Halloween week because I will be Velma from Scooby-Doo, courtesy of one of the stream team members, Cackett, who bought that costume for me. So that's up. Oh wait, I was playing music. That's why I'm humming, because I instinctively know that it's time to put on a tune or two. It's time to put on a tune or two to do a thing or two. So let me find a tune or two. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Where are my YPP tunes? I gotta get more tunes. Okay, here we go. I just gotta do it. Well, thank you. Appreciate you, Billy boy, Billy dog. All right. Whew. I had to say my piece on that subject. I think I said my piece. I only had a few people that were disagreeing with me strongly. There is no real hair here. I've lasered. There's no body hair. Levi. Are you a hairdresser, Levi? If you're a hairdresser and you want to do my hair, just send me your business card information to the business inquiries email. That's the last link on my channel. If you want to give me hair extensions, or if you want to like do my hair, that's where you need to go, because you're seeming like a hairdresser. Levi, I think you know what you're doing. I think you know how rude you are. So what I'm going to do is tell you this. That's a rude question to ask a woman. And I don't know who raised you. Clearly you weren't parented well. So I will step in where mommy and daddy did not and time you out. If you can't be rude to someone in their stream, you should just hate watch in silence or keep scrolling. Got it? Because here you get timed out. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Knight. Appreciate you. I don't know. This is a strange night. I didn't realize it would be so controversial, but I know people are really triggered by the idea that I think it's great being alone. I think it's healthy for humans to be alone. I think Sartre was right. Hell is other people. I think life gets better the less humans you deal with on a daily basis. I think the better your quality of life will be. People suck for the most part. Really like wonderful, beneficial people are so very rare. That's why when you come across them, you really need to treat them well. They're very special. They don't happen often. Especially in a society like this, most people are a little mentally unwell. They're sick. They're dangerously competitive. prone to jealousy and envy and hatred, and to be, you know, to be kept at arm's length. Okay. Yes, you said you got 55. Let's get it up to 100. Let's get it up to 100 videos, Billy Dog. I command you. 100 by the time you come back tomorrow. And where did everybody go? Maxie, where are you from? Couples decide not to have kids. They're the most successful, happy people I know, and I think when you know what you want and you live the way you want and don't let society dictate to you how your life is supposed to go, you're going to be more fulfilled and much more happy. And I also, you know, obviously as someone who's child free as well, I just think it's, you know, having children at this point with this society, with this natural environment is really unwise, and I wouldn't advocate for it with anyone, but I respect other people's choices if that's what they want to do. But your friends sound like they get it. They sound like they have a little wisdom. And I think that's why they're thriving. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Jersey. That's not going to be a little toughness. Okay, well, if you're going to watch, then do 10 more. If you're going to watch, if you're going to give me that watch time, Mr. Dog, then do 10 more. Let's see. I don't know what's happening with the stream. I'm gonna put in the work. I'm putting in the hours and putting in the work here on YouTube. There were a lot more people here in this stream earlier, about over an hour ago when I started. Things have dwindled off, but it is starting to get late. Now, it often happens that if I wait, like as it gets later, you know, more people will come back. But I'm gonna ride for a little bit longer before I check out. I'm gonna see if I get another wave. Let me put some more music on. What a day. What a day, what a day, what a day. Oh, I gotta get back into the stream so I can see what it is that you guys are saying. Now it's what? Now it's instilled in me, at 20, I'm not having children, I'm far from too selfish. I like holidays and sleep too much. Oh, now, okay, so now you're, well, good for you, Bill. I think you're making the right decision, honestly. I think you're making a decision that's going to allow you to have the most freedom in life to really pursue anything you want and to continue to grow and evolve. Because once you, I would say shackle, which is controversial for some people, but for me it's shackling. I think once you shackle yourself with children, you impede the potential for growth, your potential for growth. That's what I think. Oh, really? Wait, so what is your first language, Maxie? What's my type? Generous. Successful, wealthy, and generous. That's my type. Kind-hearted as well, and capable of empathy and not a misogynist. Tall order, tall order. West Winds is back. Hey, how are you, West Winds? Good to see you. West Winds, I've got some links that you need in your life, West Winds. I've dropped this link. I've created my wish list so that people could buy me Halloween costumes. I've already got enough Halloween costumes for the last week of Halloween. You need to come back during the last three, on the 29th, the 30th, and 30th, 29th, 30th, and 31st of October, I will be wearing Halloween costumes. I have a Saucy Nurse costume, I have a Velma from Scooby-Doo costume, and I have a Cleopatra costume. So you make sure you tune in for those West Winds. And if you want to buy me another present on my wish list, West Winds, since you haven't become a channel member and haven't seen you in my Cash App or PayPal, here's another way for you to contribute to the channel. Nope, not at all. You forgot, did you not hear me say that part about not be a misogynist? Because he's definitely a misogynist, so he's disqualified. Hey, Viking Soul, Chi-Town in the building. Oh, really, West Winds? I thought you were just gonna eye roll and keep it moving. Ooh, this is the most affirmative I've ever heard you be, West Winds. You got me excited. I have something at every price point. A way to make the channel better, or to woo and pursue if that's your goal. Get into it. If you want to give a cute token, look at the Practical Matters under 50 section. It goes from very reasonably priced to extravagant and everything in between. Okay, I'm always gonna be there. Yes, good boy, Billy. Hey, Brian Lynn, my pro mod is here. What's up, Brian? High five. Want to see full Freddy Krueger? Well, you want me to be Freddy Krueger for Halloween? People wanted Catwoman and Cheerleader. Freddy Krueger's a new one. Freddy Krueger's a new one. No one. You're the first person to want me to be Freddy. I guess you get some credit for that one. Yes, Brian, let them know how it's supposed to go. It's so easy to like these days. YouTube has made it so easy for you. No matter how lazy you are, you're on your phone, you're just scrolling. You're watching, you're scrolling, you're scrolling. You find my stream, you're enjoying my stream. All you have to do is go like this. Double tap the center of your phone, be like, ooh, that girl. Boom, you've hit the like button. It's that easy. You have no excuse. Why, thank you, Viking Soul. Viking Soul, I certainly hope you push that like button. If you did, I appreciate you because, you know, you're rare. A lot of people have been in and out of the stream in the last hour and 12 minutes, and a very small fraction of them took the time to double press the center of their phone. So thank you, Viking Soul. Go, Billy. You go complete your task, Billy. Go. Let's go, Billy. Get on it. It's fun having a dog. It's fun having a human dog that just wants to obey your every command. This is what I'm telling you. Online interaction with humans is better. Do you know how hard it would be to find a human who wants to be your actual dog in real life? Do you know how hard that would be? Do you know kind of like sketchiness you would have to explore and experience in order to actually find that situation? Whereas online, it just gets presented to you on a silver platter with no danger. Online's better. I thought the heart was a like, so I did it. Now feeling that. Okay, got you. Oh, right. I know. I said dog, though. Go. Go, puppy. Get on it, puppy. Go. I have a nice big bone for you if you do it, puppy. A virtual bone. You know? Oh, you did? Wait, I didn't see it. Let me go back up, Maxi. I didn't see it. Russian. Ah, okay. Russian. Interesting. I have a, there was another Russian person, Krill, who lived in Moscow, who used to come to my stream a lot. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know where he's been, but yeah. Spanish a little bit, like a fair amount of Spanish. AI robot girl. Oh, you love that one, huh, Brian? I'm going to try and do more. I'm going to do more episodes soon. My time has just been crazy. I'm hoping that, you know, my schedule will normalize over the next few weeks. You're Polish. Okay, Poland in the building. Poland, Russia. All kinds of places here tonight. Ireland, Poland, Russia, Canada, Australia, USA always. I mean, Europe. Every continent gets represented. Every continent, every night. Okay, all right. I love having all of you here with me. I don't know we had bigger numbers earlier. I don't know what happened. The turnout started to dwindle. It started dwindling. It started dwindling. But that's okay. That's okay. Jack sees Maz. Woo, 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 woo. All right. I don't have my virtual collection plate. Someone needs to buy it for me. Someone needs to buy the actual collection plate for me that is on my wish list. If you have not been to my wish list, what are you waiting for? Like, give to the divine feminine energy of this channel. Yeah, it's like we're down to the last 15 minutes and I'm gonna get aggressive with my capitalism and my my desire for praise. I scared them all away. That brutal honesty, it will scare them all away. It will do it every time. The truth makes them scatter. It makes them scatter. There we go. If you're not the Cash App and PayPal sort, and I need that sort. That sort's been good to me. But if you're not that sort, maybe you're the presents sort. Maybe you're the flowers and candy sort. That's cool. That's what the wish list is for. Monsters Inc. What, Midnight, are these the Halloween costumes you want me to don? Is that what you're saying? If you'd like me to purchase one of those costumes, I'm gonna need you to super chat. But as it is now, the 3 that were purchased for me by other stream team members were a nurse, Velma from Scooby-Doo, and Cleopatra. So that's what you're gonna be getting during Halloween. Now, if you wanna see something else, you got something else in mind, then you're gonna need to buy it. You're gonna need to get into my payment gateways. Hit that $ to the right of the chat box or get into the super chat, super sticker. Super thanks, Cash App or PayPal. Do it right now. Those are your options. Yes, Ben. I'm in a capitalist country. I'm in a viciously capitalistic country. You gotta pay for what you want and you've gotta ask for what you want. I make no bones about it. I'm not shy about it. As soon as someone comes in here with all their compliments and all their flowery language and all their confessions of love and desire, I hit them up. I ask them to put their money where their mouth is. I ask them to improve my life since they're in love. Some husband said sending. Well, Viking Soul, good. All you here, this is how you can give me, Viking Soul. Get on in there. Buy me the present you want and send it to me, Viking Soul. Hey, the Mexican G, why are you yelling Jamaica? What made you yell Jamaica, Mexican G? Oh, it auto-corrected? That's funny. I think it's funny that my name turns into Jamaica and autocorrect. That's so funny. It's one of my favorite places to go. I love it there. It's beautiful there. That's funny. Viking Soul. Yeah, I'll be waiting for your present. I'll get an alert and I will type you back a lovely thank you message, Viking Soul. There's a very economical wish list there. The pricing in my wish list goes from very modestly priced all the way to fully extravagant and ultra luxe. So get in where you fit in and I will be grateful at any price point. Okay. Bye, doggy. See you tomorrow. I just thought it would be funny if you dressed up as Monsters Inc. Blue. Oh, right. Yeah. I get it. It would definitely throw them off. It would throw me off too, though. You've been in the gym. Mexican G. Nice, Mexican G. I love that for you. Well done. That's it. That's right. That's where you take your energy. It's time for the level up, Mexican G. Get fit. Turn yourself into a machine. Get that killer beast body. You're going to feel like a champion. You're going to walk like a champion. Talk like a champion. Nice. I love to hear it, Mexican G. Yes, this is the come up phase. This is what we're talking about. It's a physical, mental, and economic come up. Yes, let's get into it. Yes, Mexican G, they all go hand in hand. As you get fitter and you feel stronger, you'll be more confident. You'll be more, you'll have more gusto for getting out there and getting what you want from this world. You know what you want. You know the money you want to make. Get fit, get strong, and get after it. Go for it. You got this. Yeah, I love it. James Langston, why are you silenced? by the puppy comments. It's not my fault. Billy wants to be my dog. He wants me to give him commands, and I'll oblige. Okay, he's a little channel ambassador out there, liking videos and sharing the channel deets all over Reddit and other platforms. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Do your thing. Do your thing. Go doggy, go. Moving towards the end of the stream. Okay, I had good numbers here earlier, Mexican G. I had a nice thick crowd. It's thinned out. I was wondering if it would like make a resurgence. Sometimes people come back in, but it's thinned out. It's thinned out on me. The internet's a finicky place. This scrolling culture. People just don't have the attention spans they once did. It takes a lot to get people to stick around. I usually have to do some stunts to get people to stay. I'm not feeling stunty tonight. I'm just gonna remain upright and stay with my whoop. Ooh. I'm just gonna stay with my own progress and plan. I don't care. I don't care. We're not gonna pander to the deeper valley tonight. Oh, what's going on? Am I still live? Is this thing on? Spreaded mine to some friends, but I pay for our girls in real life. You're just very interesting. What do you mean? Oh, wait, you spreaded yours to, what do you mean you spread it? Mexican G, thank you, you sweetheart. Appreciate you, Mexican G. Bin Knight, you spreaded what? Your coins? Is that what you're trying to say? Or are you trying to say you shared the channel on Facebook? Because if you did that, I appreciate you. If you did that, high five. Love to see it. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You pay for girls in Rome? What do you... okay. Well, you could pay for me. You can buy me a cup of coffee, Bin Knight. You can buy me a present. The holidays are coming. Start saving for my gift, Bin Knight. I want to give you a big thank you, virtual hug and kiss, Bin Knight. Start saving for my virtual present so you can get into my wish list in December. And what are these girls that you give to in real life? What do you give them? And what do you get in return? What kind of exchanges are you making, sir? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I love people sharing the channel. Share, 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 share. Like. It's all about seducing this algorithm. It's all about us manhandling this algorithm together because it is a cruel, cruel mistress, this algorithm. We've got to bend it to our will. We've got to manipulate and cajole it into rewarding this channel because this is a place people would benefit from being. I truly believe that. I'm not just asking for my own selfish reasons. I'm being very altruistic. I feel like this channel is a good thing. It would make society better. Let's spread the word. Look at this, look at this. I just enjoy the virtual interaction. I really don't think I want to deal with people in real life for like a while, but I can't help it. I have to do it a lot, like because of work. But outside of work, I really try and keep it to a minimum. Like you guys this is as intimate as I want to get with other humans outside of what is absolutely necessary. This is way better. I feel like we can vibe, we can hang out, we have a good time. It's all fun. I don't have to like take a car or drive or Uber or anything. Like I don't need a car service. I can just boop, push a few buttons. We can vibe, we can chill, we can hang out, and then boop, we can peace out. Hang out, peace out, easy. Dinner food, nothing diabolical. Oh, okay, got you. Ooh, yes, dinner and food. Okay, well, I have, you can buy me a meal. You could do that. You can buy me a meal. You can get me a Uber Eats gift card. Or you can buy me some meal delivery service. I should add that to my throne. My was it Cook Unity, or what's the other one? Factor meals. I should add that to my gift site. Ooh, Levi wants to know, what are you getting from these ladies? All the way from the UK? Of course. Euros, pounds, My site takes international currency, and so does YouTube. Okay, Google takes all the currency. Google takes it all. So you can just get in there and super chat. You just send me a super chat and say din din. Or you send me a super chat and you say, coffee. No, you're not. I don't have that type of sofa. It's flush, almost flush to the ground. You'd be crushed if you tried to get under there. Good try to scare me, though. Good at trying to scare me. La, 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 la. I'm getting so many messages. Like, I have a little alert on my YouTube. So when people leave comments or messages on my videos or shorts or wherever they leave them, it registers for me. So as I'm streaming, I'm watching as the number just keeps ticking up. Like, I usually get a couple of comments while I'm streaming, but tonight I'm getting all these comments under my videos. Like, I see the alarm, the bell just adding up, accruing. So it makes me wonder, like, what is going on? Why am I getting this inordinate number of comments? You look like a character from the movie Scream. Oh, really? Thank you, Super Street. I don't know what that movie is. And I know you're probably trying to insult me, but I'm just going to take it as a compliment because why not? I'll just choose to be positive. I like all different types, Levi. Seriously, I like so many different types of cuisine. What's your favorite? I don't watch horror movies. I don't watch scary films. I don't even understand what other people do because, you know, I really feel like that stuff works on your subconscious. And I believe in programming my subconscious in a way that's very positive and it's going to lead to me having a wonderful, fruitful, abundant, positive, life-affirming existence. I don't want to subject myself or my subconscious to negativity, gore, violence, crime, any of that. Like, and also, I feel like our society is stressful enough. There's enough anxiety in everyday life. Why do I want to like faux traumatize myself with some kind of like horrific vision? I just don't get it. I hard pass on all of that stuff. 10-hour days for a virtual hug. Like I said, I just find you. That's fine, midnight. I will take the watch time and the like button pressing and the engagement and sharing of the channel. That's sufficient. That's more than sufficient. I'm half kidding, half not when I'm like hitting you up. I'm just letting you know that my payment gateways are always there for you. And of course, anyone else. Me saying it to you is a way for me saying it to anyone else who's watching and to those who watch on the playback. Virtual hug. I get it. You want real hugs. You're acknowledging that all these meal purchasing that you're getting for these ladies is because you want some contact. It's because you're trying to get your lady love physical in the physical sense. And that's why you're bartering with this food, correct? Thank you, Science in Mind. Appreciate you. J23, pay for what you want, sir. If you want to puppeteer me, if you want to boss me around, if you want to be the boss, pay the cost. Send a super chat. That would incentivize me to do just that. Well, Super Street, you and Jay should, you know, pool your resources and incentivize me. No, AW, no one's ever told me I give Stacey Dash vibes. I don't know what those vibes are. I know who she is. But I don't know when you say her vibes, I don't know what kind of vibes she gives off. So that's not very, I don't know what that means. Is it an insult or a compliment? Let's start there. Okay, if it's a compliment, I'll just take it and say thank you. Thank you. New York City, USA, but currently in Florida. Ooh, I'm wrapping up this stream. I did it. I did my online presence for tonight. I did my channel, you know, my channel time tonight. Do you dress now business or casual? Both. I dress for whatever is appropriate, like for the occasion. So depending on the circumstance I'm in, I will dress accordingly. Burning with food sounds like I'm feeding animals in soup. I've had my fair share of being a scumbag, but I'm a warrior. Now I just want to be my... Okay, got it. Ooh, being a scumbag. If a man says being a scumbag, whoo, that gives me shivers. Because I know what you guys think is good guy behavior, we women would shiver from. So if a man says he's been a scumbag, egads. Egads, you've really been up to some stuff midnight. You've been up to it. No, I do not, Jay. That is correct. Science in mind. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Look at me. All right, I'm about to, I think I'm going. I think I'm going, y'all. All right, I'm gonna peace out. If you're watching this on the playback, hit the like button. And I will, yeah, you're gonna have to tell me on another night what kind of behavior you were getting up to that counts as a scumbag. Because you guys do not admit to being bad guys. Every guy, no matter what kind of scummy stuff he's up to, says, I'm a nice guy. So if a guy says he was not being a nice guy, woo, I can only imagine. You'll have to share some of the gory details with us on another day, midnight. But for tonight, I'm going to peace out of the stream and say thank you all for being here. And I'll be back tomorrow. And have a great night. I have a lot planned for this channel. I want you to keep riding with me. I appreciate you. See you next time. Good night, stream team.